Alright, hello, my name is Riley Young, and this is my concept map. So, I arranged this in leader-focused theories, which have trait approach, skills approach, and behavioral approach, and then I have follower-focused theories, which have transformational leadership, authentic leadership, and servant leadership, and then I have situational-focused theories, which are situational approach and path goal theory, and then I have exchange-focused theory, which just has leader-member exchange theory, and then I have effects of the follower, which is adaptive leadership and team leadership, and then I have culture and ethics focused theories, which is there they are, which is gender, culture, and leadership. So let's just dive right in. So first we have leader focused theories, which is the trait approach, which is basically the traits of the leader are the most important and you're born with them, and that's about it. And the follower is the follower because of that. And then skills approach, same thing. You are born with these skills and or you can acquire them, but you're a leader because of the skills that you have, and you're a follower because you don't have those skills. And then behavioral approach is kind of the best of both. And then the follower is the follower because they do not have these behavioral traits. So that is that, and then now we have follower focused theories. So transformational leadership is basically like the follower is transforming the leader and vice versa, which is a super cool theory. I think lots of really cool, impactful teachers have done that for me. Authentic leadership is making sure that the leader is their one authentic self, no matter what's going on there. And then it also depends on the follower. And then we have servant leadership, which is basically you just have to have quite the heart to do this. The follower is kind of in control because the leader is doing what the follower needs to do. Or the leader is doing what the follower needs, and then the leader is gaining from that based on just like the love that they're gaining from helping people out, which I think is just so admirable, like camp counselors or something like that. And then we have situational focus theories, which is the situational approach, which basically means that you kind of have to change your leadership style based on the situation, which I think is super important. And then we have path goal theory. So you have to make sure that the follower is on the correct path, and you need to decide if you need to motivate them and how hard you need to push them. And yeah, so that one's also pretty dope. And then we have exchange focus theories, which is just leader member theory. And then so the leader, they're not really leading because it's mostly the follower of the in-group really going at it and being like, listen, how do I get better? And the leader is like, for sure, let me show you how to do it. But if the follower doesn't come to them, then the leader is like, listen, if you don't want to get better, then like, that's on you, dude. And then we have effects of follower focused theories. So we have adaptive leadership, and this is how the leader adapts based on the different followers and the different contexts and the different situation. And I think adaptability is a huge important trait in not just leadership, but just in life. And then we have team leadership, and that's basically the leader not focusing on an individual follower, but the whole team and what would benefit the group instead of just like each individual. And then we have culture and ethics. So I'm going to go into more depth about this one, about two of these. So we have gender first, and then so the leader, and the leader is how gender affects the likelihood and ability to become a leader. So this is the labyrinth and glass ceiling for women and minorities. So this is basically like you have to work twice as hard, and there's a barrier if you're a woman or a minority, and it's really freaking difficult to get a higher leadership position than a man at this point. And then the follower, so it depends on if the follower respects you based on your gender. And then, yeah, so it really is not super great. But the context of between the leader and the leader's gender. So men have a glass escalator. So basically, men, it's way easier for them to get higher up, and they basically just ride the escalator. And then women have to work twice as hard and be twice as cautious, especially in social situations, because you just never know, because it's a double standard. And then we have the process. So advancement is based on gender and not on skill. So if a man and a woman have same skill set, likelihood is that a man's going to get it before the woman. And then the outcome, so more men are successful in leaderships because they have more opportunities. And with more strides in social equality and more opportunities for women, it'll come. And I know that we're going to get there for sure. And then here's a picture that I got from Norhouse, page 400. And this just describes the leadership labyrinth and how intense and how hard it is for a woman to get to the point that a man is with their leadership and all of that. And then we have culture, which is very similar, but instead of like prejudice of gender, it's prejudice of culture. And then it's how culture and ethnicity affect the likelihood and the ability to become a leader. And then the follower also needs to respect the leader's culture. And then it's more about the difference in the culture and which cultures use which theory. And minorities are also stuck in the labyrinth and glass ceiling because this is white America and it's horrible. And, you know, I think we're all doing our part to make equality happen, but there's selective diversity as well. So, you know, there's 30 women and 1 black woman, and they say they're diverse because they have a black woman, and that's just like not diversity. And then so prejudice and ethnocentrism and the advancement based on factors that are cultural and racial instead of skill set, essentially the same thing as gender, except for this time it's culture. And the outcome, so leadership should be filled by people of many different races and cultures, because like we are, like that is how you become more educated and how you become more well versed in different people and all of that. Like that's how you become a better person. But that is not what it is at the moment. However, there are being huge strides made towards social equality, and it's really awesome, and I just can't wait to see equality happen in America. I know we're almost there, and I just can't wait for it to happen. And then here are examples of qualities of ethical cultural qualities that I got from Norhouse. And then last one, woo, is leadership ethics. So the leader is driven by ethical reasons, and the follower needs to basically listen to the ethics. And yeah. So that is my presentation. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.